and powerful because of what? The parallel engine. You know? And if you want to change the format settings like a date, time, timestamp or decimal, whatever, right? You can always do that. Clear? So that's it about how we can set global properties over here. Once you set it, corresponding format we expect from the source systems. Yeah. And once you define this, right, for example, let us say this is at project level. From one source we get dd mm yy. From other source you get mm dd yy. Some other source will get yy mm dd whatever. So any format, factorial 3 combinations. But if you get it, how are we going to take care of that? What we call individual job level. So for that we can overwrite this project level parameters at job level. We all know how to do it, right? Yes or no? How do you do it? Can you guess an answer? Let us say here we have dd mm yy or yy whatever. Now we need to change it to our own format. Or let us say there is apt config file which is set to what? Default, not apt whatever. We need to change it to what? Our own value. How do you do that? I think we have already discussed on that. To do that, let us go to the designer client, and then get the global property which was set at project level and modify the value associated to that particular parameter. So that is what will happen with this particular global setting. Fine. So this is what I call job properties, where we can go to parameters tab. Can you see here? There's an add environment variable which will take you to all the different variables that we have within the administrator level. Click on this. Yeah, can you see here? All the variables. So now you can just trace for apt config file or any parameter value. Let us take this one, the first variable or environment variable. You will have a default value. Can you see here? So this value can be changed, which means what can be overridden. That's a by default you'll have true, false. So we can make it to what? True or whatever, right? Similarly, any global parameter which can be overridden at job level. So I was trying to give an example that with respect date, time, timestamp, right? Each country will be different, right? So we can now change that. Similarly, you can think of any variable, or any parameter that is defined at global level, which can be overridden at job level, right? So that's what we could able to see over here. Fine. Now we have what a type, which is integer, list type or whatever, and corresponding value, which is over here. So which can be overridden with any value that will be supported by this particular data stage. That's it. So which means, but for other jobs, right, you will have different value, which is a default value that we have in project. But for this particular job, you'll have value of what we are going to set it here, which is what we call a default value. Overridden value. That's it. So this is how we can override the value to a parameter which is defined at the administrator level. So that's what happens over here. Fine. So this is how we can override what we call project level parameters at job level, right? Okay. There's one more job monitor part which I said, right? So there are what predefined environment variables for the job monitor. The sequence, those things I'll talk about it, because sequence means we have one more type of job, which is job sequence. That time if I talk about, then it makes sense. So we just talked about job monitor, right? At administrator level, we don't have a way to change the port numbers, but we have a way to change job monitor time. For example, let us say by default every 5 seconds or 10 seconds we are going to get the monitoring statistics which can be seen in the director. I repeat, by default you will have some predefined values that will be set at project level. So you can search for job mon ports, apt job mon min time, what do you call max time, and apt job monitor, what do you call time related or memory related variables. Can you search for those things? apt job mon. Oh, we are not looking at the player level. So job one, min time, all that. You'll have it under parallel category only. Can you search for that? We don't have search options. Big problem here. Gopal, you can just navigate because I can't see that. apt underscore job one. Oh, what if you want to disable job monitor at project level? There is apt no job one also. Can you search along with this? Let's go with apt no job one. So through which we can disable. You know, so if you don't want statistics, here also we can do it. Oh, it's not there. It should be there. apt underscore no underscore job one. It's not there. How come? Oh, go to reporting. Should be there. No, reporting. There is a one. Can you see here? apt no job one. Third one, right? I think. Is that true? That's what I'm just guessing. Yeah, because I can't read it properly. So we can make it to what? False means what? We can see the statistics. True means what? Which is equal to disabling the job monitor. That's it. Yeah. So likewise, you can also see other what global parameters, which is global environment variables, which is going to be the what particular job monitor memory as well as timing. Can you please look at Gopal in the parallel?
What do you want me to look? What do you want me to look? What you want me to look, Nusma?
Yeah, that is right. APT monitor. Meantime, you'll also have one more, Gopal. APT monitor time. Yeah, by default we have 10 or 5 seconds, whatever. You can see, right? Plus monitor size. Can you see here? Size also you will have. Monitor size, which is memory. I think it's there in here, right? This one. So you'll have what do you call job monitor specific variables. Yeah. Can you see here? So these are the variables which are reserved for job monitor. Yeah. So that's it. We can change in case if you want, if you don't want every 10 seconds, then we can always get into this guy and change the corresponding value, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or let's say 10 minutes or whatever. Yeah. So that we can reduce the traffic. Every 5 seconds means what? We need to give time slice for other jobs also, right? So that will be taken care of a job monitor. To avoid that, if you disable it, it's fine. But what if you want statistics also? In that case, we can enable, but the only thing is we can increase this time so that for other data stage job process, they'll get time slice. Okay? These are the three variables: one min time, size, and normal time. These are three. Yeah. So which means we can express in terms of time, which is what every 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or half an hour, whatever. And we can also express in terms of memory, APT monitor memory, whatever you'll have it. So that will be used to set. And once this buffer size, which is what, sorry, memory reaches that particular limit, right? Then it is going to flush and we can look at the monitoring statistics in the director. So now we can go to director and see where to get this statistics. Okay. Fine. So this effect can be seen in the director where we are going to take a look at. There is a new monitor for every job where we can see job name, stage name, link name, and the rows processed per second, all that. Okay. So that's what we can see over here. For that, go to tools, new monitor. Yeah, can you see here? So you'll have a stage name, within that you'll have link name, then followed by link type, all that. Number of rows parcels per second, all that. You can see detailed statistics for every job at each stage level, link level, partitions level also. In case if you have multi-node configuration, that is configured for every job. Can you see here? Elapsed time, start time, all that. So these statistics are going to help us like where we are with respect to number of rows that we processed. This is a very important thing, especially one, to look at where we are. Second, we can also use this even to look at do we have any performance issues. So based on this, the number of rows per second that this guy at each level is processing. For example, let us say this guy row generator is producing, let's say 1 million rows, but this guy is taking a lot of time. Let's say only 1,000 rows per second only it is trying to what you call dump the data onto the director. So which means that there is a bottleneck with the peak stage. So we can just get into the peak stage and start tuning that particular stage rather than getting into tuning other stages. Okay? So that is what will happen with respect to what identifying the bottlenecks. And once you identify the bottlenecks by using job monitor, then we can start applying what tunables in order to tune data stage jobs. Fine, right? So that's where this particular job monitor is going to help us. Okay? So that's it. So with this we'll stop. We'll continue from here again in the evening, which is at 7 p.m. IST. Is it fine? Okay, then I have other session I need to switch. Yeah. Bye to all.